Welcome back to the T6 podcast, where we take a little time each week to get to know the incredible members of the Tremont and Sixth Ward. I'm your host, Chris Campbell, and I'm grateful you're here. This podcast is all about stories, real ones, the kind that help us see each other a little more clearly and feel a little more connected as a Ward family. So settle in, relax, and enjoy this conversation. Welcome to the T6 podcast today. I have a very wonderful guest with me today, Brooke Thompson. Brooke, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good today.
Good. I'm so glad to have you here with us. Today's the Sabbath day. We've had Sunday school together.
Yes.
You've had a crazy day at church, and you're here with me now. So
happy to be here. I'm excited.
Glad to have you. Yeah. So let's start off softball type questions. Where are you from? Tell us about your family growing up and things like that.
Okay. So I'm originally from Ogden, Utah, Harrisville. Went to Weber High, which I saw that you had gone there. I was going to ask you about it.
We're Warriors.
So yeah, I just grew up there. We moved into my childhood house when I was 2, and I was there until my mission. I left that house, and then my family decided to move while I was gone.
So where in Harrisville did you live? Because I lived over by before we moved to Tremont.
Mm-hmm.
I lived over by it's called Country Boy Road. So you got where Country Boy Dairy used to be, and then they created a new subdivision that went into Harrisville. So that's where I
So
lived.
we were over there as well.
Were you? Okay.
We were on 1600 North, kind of like where, I don't remember what that road is called. Over by the park, over by Harrisville Park.
Mm-hmm.
That subdivision right there, that was where I was.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Like, when did you move here? Or when did you live there last?
2016 is when I left on my mission. So I was there from 1999 till 2016.
Yeah, because I was in the Harrisville, I can't remember the ward name. But when I left, it was Bishop Mangum.
Okay.
And I think Joel Tippett. I don't know if you know any of those names at all. But we weren't in the same ward, though.
Did you know Tilly's? They were over on that side.
Yeah, but I don't remember them too much.
Okay. That's okay.
Because we were in that new subdivision that they had just barely put in along the creek. That's crazy. We were like...
Right there. Orion's right there now, too, and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I went to junior high.
That's awesome.
Loved the area. Yeah, grew up there.
So, little fun fact about myself. I know this is all about you, but Orion Junior High, okay? You go, there's like a seminary building or church building that's next to it, west of there.
Yes.
Go down, there's a little subdivision there. That's where Nana and I had our first kiss.
Really? No way. That's actually really cute.
I know.
Over there.
Yeah, so it's a little secret, but
not
anymore. So what was it like growing up in your world?
Good. It was great. We are very outdoorsy, so I grew up camping all the time. Like, we basically lived at Strawberry Reservoir. Basically lived there. My dad works a crazy schedule. He still does. So it's like front shifts, and then he goes to night shifts, and he goes to front shifts, and he goes to night shifts. So that's just been my life. Like, my dad sleeps during the day, so even my girls, they're like, Grandpa's sleeping today. And I'm like, yeah, he's asleep. So we would go up there, and he would leave to go to work and then come back up to the mountains and camp with us. So four-wheeling, snowmobiling. We ended up getting a cabin up in Bear Lake. So we had a cabin up there for a little while. And
nice.
Yeah, that was it. Boating. My family's weird. We go in waves and seasons of like, okay, we're going to be really big into four-wheeling, and then we're going to go into snowmobiling, and that's going to take over our entire lives. And we're going to switch into like boating, and that'll take over all of our lives. And we're going to sell everything else. And we just go in seasons. So I basically got a really good variety in my childhood, which I like. And I thought that was really fun. So, yep, hunting, all that type of stuff.
Nice. Barrie is one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm a fisherman. And the Barrie is where you go and you talk for blue ribbon fishing.
Yeah. My dad just killed his first a big bull up there.
Oh, really?
This year. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's still there. It's still strong. We're loving it. So.
It's awesome.
That's us.
So, graduated from Weber High. What happened after high school?
Well, so we got to kind of rewind just a little bit. So in junior high, when I was in Orion, I met Preston. So Preston and I have known each other since 7th grade. We were friends, acquaintances, knew of him, same friend group for the most part, kind of. Got a little different when we moved into high school, and then senior year hit, and we had a math class together. and then we just started hanging out, right? That's how it starts out nowadays, is you hang out. And then it just turned into he and I became a thing. And so we graduated together and everything like that. And then we both decided that we would serve missions.
So
And
you
so
became a thing in high
in
school.
high school, yeah, at the beginning of senior year, and then graduated. My brother was coming home from a mission, and Preston's family, it's always been kind of like active, inactive, and he was in kind of a bad friend group before we got together. But with my brother being on his mission, it kind of influenced Preston to be like, hey, I kind of want to go on a mission. And I had been thinking about it. And then I decided that I wanted to go on a mission. So we actually kind of have the same scenario that Logan's about to have with his girlfriend, where we went into the MTC together.
Same story.
So we went into the MTC together. He went a week before I did, just like Logan will be. And so I would see him in the halls and stuff at the MTC, and we had to avoid him. And I wish that I would taken a picture with him with our name tags on. That's something that I regret. I told Logan to do that. Get the picture. So yeah, so I served in
Get the
Washington.
picture. No kissing though, guys.
No kissing. No.
Don't get yourself in trouble over
googly eyes. It's my boo though. I see him. It was weird. It was definitely different. But then yeah, went on the mission. I served in Washington Yakima mission, and he served in the Tucson, Arizona mission. So opposite ends of the country. They were like, you guys need to be separated to the lines. And then yeah, I loved the mission. So served there, and then came home, and my parents had moved out to Thatcher at that point.
So that's kind of what brought you up this way.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
So then I was here, and then once Preston got home, he ended up getting a job at T&M with my brother. And so we just decided to start our lives here and bought a house here after a few years. Now we're here.
Nice.
So our first house is here in the Lord, and I love it. Been here 6 years now, though. It's kind of insane.
So you've been here for 6 years? So you came in during the COVID time frame?
I came in 2020.
I had no idea who anyone was then, because I was pretty new too. I came in August of 2019.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So not too...
So brand new then.
That's crazy. Yeah, and everything was online, and so I didn't even get to know the ward. So I feel like coming back from COVID, everything was online, right? I feel like I didn't know anyone, and they're like, you've lived here for 2 years. How do you not know this person? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm a homebody too, for the most part. I love being home, so I don't know.
Right. Well, you know what was crazy, and we'll kind of go back a little bit on, like, talk about your mission for a little bit. But like when COVID hit, I was the ward clerk, and everything was online forever. I don't remember when we started doing sacrament meeting again.
Yeah.
And we had the A, B, red, green. I can't remember how we structured it, like who would come when and where. And it was crazy because it was between the bishop and his counselors and myself. We were the only ones who actually saw everyone for that year period. And so I got to know people, but I didn't really get to know people either. So I was like, who the heck are all these people? Like, and people would randomly show up, and I'm like, who are they? And it takes a lot of guts for me to like go meet someone. So I'm just like, okay, Bishop, who are they?
Makes sense.
I mean, sometimes you'd be like,
Hey, listen, sometimes you're just rolling by the seat of your pants.
So you served in which mission again in Washington?
Yakima.
Yakima.
So central Washington, and we dipped down into the Dalles, Oregon. Loved it. Every second of it, loved it.
So you had like the Tri-Cities and... So
Tri-Cities were too far.
Oh, really? Oh.
So we didn't quite go to Tri-Cities. We went to Moses Lake. We called it Prophet's Puddle. That's as far east as we went. And then we went to the mountains, and I started in Wenatchee, and then I went down to Goldendale and part of Oregon right there, and then went to Moses Lake, and then I served in Yakima the last 6 months of my mission. So, yeah.
So what was like when you got on your mission? I don't know what it's like to be a sister missionary. I don't know yet.
Not yet.
I don't know what I identify as right now, but what was it like to be a sister missionary first coming out on a mission? Did it feel lonely, exclusive, or was it I don't know, what was it like to get out there for you?
Well, it was terrifying for me because I didn't go to college, right? I got I graduated and then left that September
And
or
were you
October.
19 then?
I had
Or-
just turned 19 when I got I was about to turn 19 when I got my call. And then I was 19. Yeah, so that September I turned 19 and left in October.
Mhm.
And so that summer I was just hanging out. My brother got home and things, but when I left, this is the first time I've been away from my family. This is the first time that like I'm moving outside of Utah.
Mhm.
I was really nervous. And then in my district in the MTC, I was the only one going English speaking from our district to Washington. So then I was alone with that.
Mhm.
But I had a lot of Spanish speaking elders and sisters going with me, but I didn't know them, right? And so I always I always say that it was like Adam and Eve leaving the Garden of Eden. I felt like I was kicked out. Like, go, you're kicked out, go serve. It was terrifying for me. And I don't know, like I'm pretty outgoing for the most part. But that was like way outside of my comfort zone. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing,
Complete change.
why I'm doing this. Like, I
Mhm.
just know I want to, and I feel like it's right. And I remember when I was trying to decide if I wanted to serve a mission, I was fasting and I was praying and I was waiting for this big aha moment, and that never came. And I decided one day I was fasting, and I wasn't endowed yet, so I decided to just go sit in the baptistry. I didn't want to do baptisms because I just wanted to sit with the Spirit in the temple. And so I sat in the temple, and there was this cute lady sitting next to me, and I could see like her family came out, her son and daughter, and then the dad. And I was like, "Oh, is that your family?" And she's like, "Yeah, he actually just got home from his mission last
Mhm.
week." And I was like, "That's so exciting. I'm actually here trying to decide if I want to go." And she looked at me, and I didn't know that this was my answer at the time, but it was. She looked at me and she said, "I want you to know whatever you decide, God's going to be proud of you. God's going to be so proud of you." And that was my answer. It was my decision. And I chose to go, right? Like it was totally my choice. And I don't feel like I got this big slap on the head of like, Brooke, you need to go on a mission. It was just, I wanted to, so I did.
Right. And you know what's it's interesting how the Spirit does kind of communicate that to you because
Yeah.
sometimes it is that way. Like
hmm
it's your choice.
Yeah.
Like you're going to do good either way.
Yeah.
Just make a decision,
I choose.
and I will support you.
Yep.
And well, glad you went on a
Yeah.
mission.
Me too. Life changing. Life changing. Yeah. I was thankfully able to, I trained 3 times and then was an STL the final 3 transfers of my mission,
Mhm.
which was really fun. I just enjoyed it. It was so much fun. I miss it. It was funny at state conference. We had a leadership meeting on Saturday night before the adult session, and I just kept thinking, I miss my mission. I literally wrote in my notes, go read your mission journals because you miss it.
Mhm.
Like, just those feelings, the experiences that you have on the mission. It's something that sticks with you forever.
It does. You know, and as much as it changes other people's lives, it just infinitely changes
It
your
does.
own. There's that statement or saying out there where you'll remember your mission every day of your life, and I can't really think of a day where I haven't thought about my mission. I don't know
It's
why.
true.
It's just it was so impactful.
So impactful. But then I had the nightmares of me having to wake up at 6:30 every day and actually serve a mission again. And I'm like, oh my goodness, no,
Yeah.
please don't.
Uh,
I missed the experience I had, but it would.
yeah. The one thing I don't know if I could do as an adult now is like accept where they would put me. Like, I don't know, because there are places I would say no.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and wiser.
Right. I think that I've become a lot more opinionated since then. So I think that knocking on doors might be a little troublesome at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate it. That was the worst part, was knocking on doors. But it did teach you a lesson
That's a lot.
that knocking on doors was not the best way either.
No, it was hard. I ended up loving it by the end of my mission.
Mhm.
Loved it. But no, not today.
Yeah,
Not today.
I had an area we had to do like 12 hours of knocking on the doors a day, and
Really?
it was just had no one to teach. We couldn't find anyone to teach, and and we did every spiritual trick in the book you could possibly ever
Yeah.
imagine, and it just wasn't fruitful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, and never. I'll find out one day.
Yeah.
I did have like a very interesting, and I'll share this with you. So, I did get to go back like 5-6 years later for work,
Okay.
and I went to my first area, and I was just thinking about like all the awesome times that I had. And then my thoughts turned to like, I knocked on so many doors and no one um, no one answered.
Mhm.
And I just remember distinctly that the Spirit was saying, it's because God loves all of his children, regardless.
So,
And I was like, I mean, it touched me so powerfully that uh, that part changed me. Because I was really having a difficult time. I was elders quorum president at the time. I wanted to get released because it was just so much work, and I had kids coming out of the woodwork, and I
mhm.
was like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I have the time to do this right now. And
Mhm.
and once I felt that love, that God's love for everyone, I was like, yeah, this is this is something that need to remember forever, and it
Yeah,
has stuck with me. And if it
that's
wasn't for
great.
knocking on all those doors and having people say no, I don't know if I would have had
Yeah.
that testimony. But that was just my experience. I mean, other
Mhm.
people have testimonies different ways. But
Yeah. That's neat though that you're able to go back to your mission and still be impacted in your
hmm
current life. You know what I mean?
hmm
That's pretty neat.
yeah, well, it was needed at the time.
Oh,
But
for sure.
so you get done with your mission
Mhm.
and you get home. Did you get home? So you got home earlier than
Mhm.
Preston then.
Did.
So were you
Yeah.
planning weddings, or are you kind of seeing like, is this going to go on, or?
So we had continued writing on our missions and we stayed together. And then while I was on my mission, reading my patriarchal blessing, I was like, when I get home, I feel like I need to go on other dates. I feel like, because Preston was really the only guy that I'd ever dated.
hmm
And so I'm like, I feel like I need to go home and go on some dates. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy or romantic, but like go on some friend dates, see what's going on. So I came home and I went on some friend dates and whatever. And then um, decided at one point after one of them, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Like I feel weird now. So
hmm
I was like, nope, done with that. And so I waited for Preston to come home.
hmm
And I basically when I got home, I didn't really unpack my suitcase. I just like repacked it with different things. And I'd moved between my parents' house, my sister's house, and actually Preston's family's house.
mm
So while he was gone, I went on lots of vacations with his family and just hung out with them and just waited for him to be home. So then he got home in October because I got home
hmm
in May. He got home in October. And then we were engaged the first week of November, so like 2 weeks later. And then we were married
That's okay.
in January. So like I don't know, 2 months after we were engaged, we got married in January in the Payson, Utah temple.
Oh,
It's kind of
cool.
where Payson gets her name.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Wonder.
my family, the Wadmans, is my maiden name. They're a construction company. They built the Payson Temple. It was my great grandpa who started Wadman Court,
hmm
and his dream was to build a temple. And the first temple that was built was the Payson Temple, and he had passed at that point. So it was just kind of like this family connection
hmm
that I loved. That I'm not. So we got married in Payson, and then that became our daughter's name. So
Yeah, you're the only one I know that's been
yeah,
been in the Payson Temple.
I love it. It's so pretty. It's
It
my
is, isn't
favorite.
it? Like you kind of come around the
Hmm.
bend from Spanish Fork, and
Yeah.
you're like, wow, that is kind of just,
Hmm.
it's right there.
And it's so
It's
different.
like a
I just love
pillar.
it. Yeah. So yeah, we got married and lived here in Fremont, and
So right after you got married, you moved here, true.
yep, we were over by the fairgrounds and the Holland Apartments.
hmm
Um, and we were there for a year and a half, and then we moved here, and then laid down roots, had a family, and we're here.
Yeah,
Love it.
so two girls now,
Two girls.
Payson and Oakley.
Thanks
Right.
so much.
Um, cute, cute, adorable girls, right? What would
Great.
you say is you've learned as being a mom now, and what would you tell someone who's got young little girls, or even
Um,
just young little kids?
Young little kids. Well, being in this phase, right? I feel like these are the trenches. The young family, you're in these trenches. I think really realizing that like I'm a good mom. Although like I get frustrated or I get annoyed with their baby voices or whatever they do.
hmm
Um, I'm trying my best, right? And I think my friend was texting me about it literally like 2 nights ago. She's like, guys, I feel so bad. Like I'm just frustrated with my daughter. And I'm like, listen, if being frustrated makes you a bad mom, I think everybody's a bad mom then. I'm like, for me, it's just like being able to regulate yourself, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes it can be so hard to regulate yourself and your own emotions and things like that, but I love it. And also, like, I am trying to teach my girls to be little spitfires, which sometimes smacks me in the face because I don't know, I just feel like the world needs strong women, and this is
Oh,
what
I
they were made
completely
for,
agree.
and like this is what they were called for. That's why they're here. And I want them to be raised knowing who they are and knowing who they can trust in and knowing who they can turn to. Um, and that's God and that's Christ, right? And so I feel like I just want them to be strong little ladies.
I
Honestly.
hope so because I'm seeing a significant trend. And maybe it's just because of the algorithm that
Hmm.
I listen to, but it feels like the algorithm is driving women in a path that actually constrains them.
Hmm.
It constrains their thoughts to be one specific way, and it's a very negative way too,
Yeah.
and it's very scary. I'm like, I, there is no crazy negative intentions behind whatever that issue is.
Yeah.
Just made it negative.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm seeing a growing trend, and it's making uh, part of that growing trend is that with that negativity is it's driving women out of the church, and I'm like,
Hmm.
the church is like there to support you and
Hmm.
help you grow as a family, and there's something to be said about having community and
Hmm.
uh, what kind of community do you want? Do you want a community that thrives in good moral behavior, or do you want a community that drives you to do make bad choices and be part of the world? Uh,
Yeah.
I'd rather make I'd rather make good choices. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Not that I do all the time. I'm really good at sinning, but
Everybody is, right? If we were
uh,
perfect, there wouldn't be a
yeah,
point to be here.
I'm really good at it. And so yeah, it's just one of those things like,
Mhm.
ah, man, we got to get out of this
Mhm.
algorithm,
Yeah.
and maybe it's just getting out of social media.
Yeah.
Uh, But yeah, I'm glad you're raising your daughters to be
Mhm.
very strong. Um, and I don't know, opinionated is the right word, uh,
Yeah.
but have a good, strong morals and
Know who they
backing.
are. And like I don't take my kids to go to church to learn how to be perfect, right? I take them to church to know who they can turn to when they're not perfect. Because
Yeah,
nobody's perfect on this earth. Like
right,
I take
right.
them there so that they know, okay, when I do make these mistakes, because it's going to happen, I am human. This is who I can turn to, and this is how I can be
Hmm.
forgiven, and this is how I can be freed from those sins, right? And it's only through Jesus Christ. And
All the
so
way through.
they need to know that. And so that's why I take them to church,
Hmm.
and that community to booster them up. Is that the right word?
Yeah, Easter boy,
I don't know
oyster
that one.
boy. I don't know, something
That
like that.
word.
Yeah.
Help them through it. So,
Hmm.
and we have a great ward, so that helps a lot too.
Right. And as your daughters get a little bit older too, like at least what I found with my sons is
Hmm.
there are things that I want to say to my kids
Hmm.
and I do say to them, but it goes in one ear and out the other. But
Hmm.
someone else will say the exact same thing, even
Yes.
in the exact same tone.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you. And you're like,
Like, where
but
was that 5 minutes ago? And I said the same thing.
I'm your parent and I'm your dad. I care about you actually. And, but yeah, this is kind of one of those things you need a good community
Yeah.
to support to say,
Hmm.
I'm not the only one that thinks this way,
Yeah.
and maybe someone different perspective does.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I think this war is really good about that with our
Yeah.
their kids.
I
So,
agree. I'm grateful.
so what's something in your life that you feel like has molded you to who you are today?
Um, Probably a few things. One, of course, is being a mother. I think
Hmm.
motherhood has changed me completely from who I was before and now. I would also say my mission is one of those points that has
Hmm.
obviously changed me. Like you had talked about, like it continues to change you as you think back on it and things like that. Um, I would say one that was really life changing for me um, was when I was younger. I had 5 family members in the span of 3 years take their own life. And
Hmm.
that impacted me a lot and made me aware that life is fragile and you don't know when it's going to end. And so if you have something to say it,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, one of them was my grandpa. And that one was really, really hard and impactful just because I feel like we were in it after he passed. We went right up to the house and certain things. And there was some things going on with his wife at the time who also passed, that it was just kind of messy. And as I was 12 years old, going through that was kind of just like frustrating. And I remember it was a trying time for my testimony, just because I'm like, why would this happen? Why would God even allow this to happen? Um, and I remember there was one night I was sitting there and I was praying and I was really upset, right? The stages of grief. And I was like, God, I kind of just like don't want a relationship with you anymore. Like, if you want a relationship with me, you should probably tell me because I'm kind of done.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty frustrated. I mean, I'm a 12-year-old kid. Like, I don't know.
Is that
I knew the church was
frustration?
true, but I was just grieving, right? And I had my scriptures open and I threw it down and I said, if you want to talk to me, talk to me. And I looked at it and it was a scripture in D&C. What chapter is it? 19? I think it's chapter 19, verse 8. And it says something along the lines, paraphrasing here, um, that God will be with you through all of your troubles, all of your hardships. And I was like, okay, I guess that's real.
Yeah,
I guess you really
he is
do.
talking to
I
me.
guess you do have a relationship with me, which was great and all, and helped me through that. And then my patriarchal blessing I had just gotten,
Mm-hmm.
and in it says to take my hardships spiritually and turn to Him. And I was like, okay, I really needed that specific line in my patriarchal blessing now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like I have such a strong testimony on patriarchal blessings. Like they seem to hit when you need them, and different things pop out as life continues, and you're like, oh, I didn't notice that. And so I have a very strong testimony of those. But I feel like that was my testimony builder, my conversion really
Mm-hmm.
was that experience of losing my grandpa in a traumatic way, and then being able to see God and see the blessings that came out of it.
That's crazy, though. But you said 5 family members in 3?
3 years.
Oh my
2 of
goodness.
them were back to back. Um, so we had like a big family meeting at the Wadman house of like, something's going on, please talk about it. And had counselors there and stuff. And so, yeah, just a lot that was very, very present in my younger childhood and my teenage
Mm-hmm.
years. And I feel like that really defined who I am today, kind of shaped me and molded me, maybe in some negative ways and maybe in some positive ways, but that's one of them. That was one of those times.
Mm-hmm. Well, like when my brother-in-law ended his life, it was one of those things that really changed me as well because had tried everything I possibly could.
Mhm.
They say that, ask for help and or be there for them when they need it. And I was like, I was there for them.
Mhm.
And it was really tough. And I think the hardest part for me was not being able to um, understand why.
Mhm.
Like, like when someone dies of natural causes, it's like, well, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
But I don't know. I've always had a hard time with understanding like
Mhm.
why
Yeah.
life is good.
Mhm.
It really is good.
Mhm.
You may not feel it, but it is.
Mhm.
And we could have really stepped it up even more if we needed to. I didn't realize like how significant and severe
That's right. Right.
his situation was, but yeah,
Mhm. It
it's
happens.
tough.
But I also feel like I experienced those things for people on my mission.
Hmm.
Like going on to my mission, there was a man that I met in Wenatchee, and he was very suicidal, and I was able to talk him off of some things, and that was very impactful. Of like, wow, I went through this experience to tell you what it's going to be like for those that you leave behind.
Hmm.
Um, and so that was very impactful, and it also showed me that you never know what's really going through somebody's head. They could be the happiest person in the room, and you don't know what demons they're fighting with.
Hmm.
Like don't judge them. Don't be so critical on other people. Like love them for who they are and try and help them and
Hmm.
show them that you do love them. And that could be the changing point.
Right, right.
Kindness.
Yeah, there's a significant amount of mental health issues these days, and I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts about this is more about men in the church and how they need to solve some of their mental health problems. And usually men like to do things, be active, and
Mm-hmm.
there's something going wrong with that right now.
Yeah.
And one of the commentators made a comment about how uh, no one wants to be a sad clown, meaning you look happy and everything, but deep down inside you're sad.
Yeah.
And I, I'm as guilty as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, no one will ever know
Yeah.
if I'm having a bad day, unless it's really a bad day.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just kind of hide it,
Hmm.
and I wish they wouldn't.
Yeah. I wish not either. My grandpa always had a phrase, and I kind of like carried on as my motto that was just that says keep smiling.
Hmm.
And it was my motto throughout my mission and things. But I learned that if you just keep smiling, sometimes that hinders you, right?
Hmm.
Like you can't always just put on a face. It's okay to turn for help, and it's okay to get that help. And if you are the one on the receiving end to help somebody, it's also not all on you.
Hmm.
You know, like there's
Hmm.
other resources that you can turn to, because it's a very heavy, heavy thing, right? Trying to help somebody to stay. There's a song that I listened to, the church put out. I don't remember when it was. It was on one of the youth themes that it was called Stay. And it's about staying, right? Like
Hmm.
Satan wants us to leave this earth however he can get us to leave this earth. So he's going to make demons for you that you're going to have to fight in your brain, right?
Hmm.
He's going to make them more prominent. And so just stay. There's people to help. Um, those types of things, right? You're loved. God loves you. You're here for a purpose. You might not see that now, but we'll find that, right? We'll find that way.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So kind of switch gears just a
Yeah.
little bit, because it
Get heavy. Sorry.
gets a little heavy sometimes.
Always.
It makes you, no, it's good.
Mhm.
I always like to ask people like,
Mhm.
where do you want to go on vacation? Like, what's your dream vacation?
Listen, Preston and I are going on a vacation for the first time, just he and I this year.
Oh, really?
Like even for
Cool.
our honeymoon, we went to Park City for 3 days. Okay, it does not count. So we get to go on a vacation this year. We're going on a cruise to the Bahamas and Jamaica and Grand Caymans, and I'm so excited. That's basically like anything warm weather. So we're doing that this year, and I'm really excited.
You should be.
I know.
Is it with Royal or
We're going through Carnival.
Carnival?
Hmm.
Nice.
So our first, I don't know, we've never, he and I just done a trip. So this is all new. We have no idea. So if you have tips and tricks, please let me know. No idea what I'm doing.
Uh, we love cruises, so
Do
you're
you?
gonna have a great time.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
excited.
we did go to Jamaica.
Me too.
Well, so Nana and I, we took the boys. This is like 3, 4 years ago, just right after everything started opening up
Mm-hmm.
with cruises. I want to say 6 months after, and so
Okay.
everything was kind of cheap. But
Mm-hmm.
so we took the boys. We left out of Miami. We went to uh, the Bahamas first, to their private island.
Mm-hmm.
This with Royal Caribbean.
Okay.
Went to the private island, and that was a blast. Like I don't care what they say about their, it's not real Bahamas, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. It was so
It
much
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah. And then we went to Jamaica, and it was flipping
Mm-hmm.
hot there.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was like end of October, it was like hot.
Really?
Yeah. It was so
Okay.
hot. But we had a great time because we went to like these caves where Bob Marley had played music,
Oh,
and they
cool.
all, probably
Mm-hmm.
smoked marijuana or whatever.
Right.
And then they took us to this other place where there's waterfalls.
Mhm.
Can't remember what it's called, but you basically climb up the waterfall.
Oh,
It's
that's
about like
cool.
a half a mile up, and the water's so warm and
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
but refreshing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm excited.
yeah, but we went back up and hit Haiti
Okay.
instead of going to the Cayman Islands, Grand Cayman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, I
we
think
went we
so.
went the you're going a different way, and
Mm-hmm.
then we just went kind of back up a slow way. So
That's fun though.
hmm
Good time. Okay. I might have to get some tips and tricks from you.
yeah, well, the tips and tricks is just have a good time.
Just have a good time, Dale.
Yeah, just do whatever you can to have fun. I
Yeah.
mean, Carnival. So we've been on Carnival before. I
Mm-hmm.
like Carnival for the fun,
Mm-hmm.
not for the food.
Okay.
I like Royal Caribbean for the food. But the fun isn't as much.
Okay.
Still fun, don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but Carnival takes it to a whole new level.
We're gonna have a blast.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, it's a big
Ready.
party.
Ready.
Yeah. Yeah. It is hot, so
Be prepared for the heat. I
yeah.
hate the heat. I always say Preston was sent to Tucson because he loves the heat. I would have died. Would have
hmm
not gone down well.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the craziest thing that happens when you're out at sea at night, you look out and it's completely dark, and you're
Mhm.
like, where am I? So you don't look out too much.
Okay,
You'll
Bill.
get
We
yourself
have a
scared.
balcony. I'm excited. We've got a balcony,
Oh,
so we'll be able to see it all.
that's the best.
So
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, so we did a cruise from, I don't know, this is not about me, but we did from Long Beach down to Ensenada to Cabo and back up. And we had a balcony because it was
Oh,
only like $20 more. So I was
oh,
like, of course I'll do a
yeah.
balcony. So I was just sitting out on the balcony and whales are like coming up and
Oh,
the
it's so
dolphins would
cool.
come out of nowhere and start jumping with the waves and stuff. So I'm like,
That is so cool.
that's the best part.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be on the warm side because we used to vacation to Newport, Oregon all the time. But that's the cold water. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
ready to be in some warm water, some warm weather, and
It is
relax.
warm. Well, so when are you going?
We're going end of September.
Oh yeah, perfect then.
So, yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, the ocean will be about 90 degrees or so.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That'll be great.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is a whole new realm for us.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, don't stress it. Just not a big
I'm just gonna
deal.
go enjoy.
Yeah, just go have some fun.
Yeah.
It's a little weird getting on the boat, but after
Mhm.
that, once you're on, just have some fun.
Still,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So is that your dream vacation though, or is that just
Part of it, yeah.
yeah?
Like anything warm. I always wanted to go to Australia. I was really sad when I didn't get called there. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't go there. Terrified of spiders. They have spiders, huge spiders.
Yeah, spiders
Can't do
big as
that.
dogs,
Can't do that. So, I think Australia would be a very fun place to visit, or New Zealand and things like that. So just, I don't know. I don't know if that'll ever happen because I really just like our little bubble of the United States.
Mhm.
I feel like we can get a really good variety here. But eventually, I think that'd be really fun to go that
Mhm.
way, or Italy or something. So,
Yeah, we're gonna go
are you?
in a couple weeks.
Sure, you are. Of course, you are. Yeah, I've been on like 6 cruises. I've done this. Like,
We are a vacation family,
that's great.
but like when I take the kids on a cruise or whatever,
Mhm.
is because I don't go on vacation for a long time.
Okay,
It took us a year and a half to plan it and pay for it,
there you go.
and so everything takes a long
Right,
time.
save up for it.
Hmm.
That's the responsible way.
Yeah, it's responsible.
The responsible way.
I mean, I
Good.
want to go on so many more, but
Gotta be responsible sometimes. Adulting.
no, I hate adulting. It's the worst.
The
Like,
worst.
should have stayed with my parents.
Right, no kidding.
So today, during Sunday school, you mentioned something that kind of just piqued my interest a little bit. You talked about how your friends share a miracle of the day.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little bit for everyone? I
Yeah.
think that was awesome.
Yeah, so this actually started on my mission.
Okay.
On my mission, my trainer, like every single night before we went to bed, she would say, "What was your miracle of the day?" Just because on any hard day, you can always find one blessing, one good thing. And I loved that. And so lately, I feel like with social media and things like that, I've been going down rabbit holes and getting mad and just seeing a lot of evil in the world, a lot of bad things. And so I took a step back and I was like, okay, I need to start seeing God again, and I need to start seeing the good again, because God's not going to send Christ until the righteous are righteous enough, right? Not for when the wicked are wicked enough, because if that were the case, he'd be here, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm like, I need to take a step back and see God again in my life. And so I just put on my little group chat with my friends. I said, hey, I need this in my life. Do you guys want to start sending in miracles of the day? So every night for the past week now, probably, we've been sending in just our miracle of the day, and
Hmm.
it's been very helpful. Very helpful. See, like even on the hardest days, it's like, okay, do you know what? Some days it's I got out of bed.
Hmm.
And other days it's really
That
big
is a
things.
miracle sometimes for me too.
Right? Sometimes it's like, hey, Preston got a bonus today, or whatever it might be. It's like the bigger things, and sometimes it's just smaller things. But seeing that there is good and
Hmm.
there are miracles, President Nelson talked about how miracles are still happening. I think that I just need to look for those. Because if I don't look for them, I'm not going to see them, right? So I'm like, I need to start looking for these miracles that he has prophesied is happening. So I'm going to look for them. So, yeah,
Right, and
that's
it's very cyclical too. I mean, so you got faith, hope, miracles.
Yep.
And once you cut one of those out, the miracle stop, faith stops, or hope stops. Oh,
It's true.
no, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like I was like in my head, I was like, man, that's a great idea. Like, how do I get family on board with something like that, or maybe like friends or whatever? But it really like piqued my interest. I'm glad you said something.
Good. I'm glad. Run with it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Well, you know me, I'll run with anything.
Right? It's so good.
Here's a good idea. Run with it, Chris.
Run with it, Chris. Here he goes. Off again he goes. Yes. No, love it. That's good. I'm glad that you'll run with that. Hopefully they will as well.
Yeah. No, I thought it was an awesome
Miracle
idea.
of the day.
I think everyone needs to start looking at the miracles in their life and seeing
Mhm.
like what good is happening
Mhm.
in their everyday moments.
It's true.
Uh, yeah, because it's so freaking hard,
Mhm.
and the world it's
Mhm.
very troublesome right now. I wish it
Mhm.
would just calm down a little
Yeah.
bit, like relax, everyone.
It's really easy to see the hard. Really easy to see the hard. You know, Satan makes that easy.
Yeah,
You got to look and actually put in effort for God.
yeah.
And so if you look, you'll find it. Even through the hardest things. So yeah, I know. Preston's always my miracle of the day, though. To be honest, I feel like I have the best marriage, and I hit the jackpot with him. That's why I wanted him on this so bad. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm not kidding. He is like my favorite human being and the best human being on this planet. Love him. So I had to throw that in there.
No, it's awesome. I'm glad. He's a good guy.
He's a good egg. Okay.
Mhm.
He is such a good egg. And I am very blessed to have him. And I think that he is also one of those molding things in my life of he just came in and just changed my life. He's just such a good person and he's quiet. Sometimes he is not an outgoing person, but if you get him talking, he will talk your ear off.
Mhm.
It's just, he's great. Very blessed. My brother, sorry, I'm just running with whatever I
No,
want to say. So
go for it.
my brother gave us the best compliment ever because so Preston works with my brother at GBI right now. And one of his coworkers was like, "So Preston's your brother-in-law?" And he's like, "Yeah, he is." And he's like, "So, like, what do you think of him?" And he's like, "Honestly, he's great." But he's like, "But let me tell you something." He's like, "Brooke and Preston do not argue. They don't fight." Like, he's like, "It's so weird to me and so different." And he's like, "They have the perfect relationship." And I feel like that is the biggest compliment somebody has ever told me. And I'm like, yeah, yeah.
You lucked out.
I lucked out. What can I say? I am a handful. I am opinionated. I am a mean person. He puts up with a lot, but it's all him. It's all him. He's a very patient man.
Yeah,
Very
I've
patient man.
noticed that.
Very patient. Good. I'm glad you have.
Mhm.
Because
Not
it's
with
true.
you
Yeah, I mean,
necessarily. I'm just saying,
could have.
just in my interactions with him, he's
Uh-huh.
very, very patient.
Very patient. And I think he makes the best girl dad.
Mhm.
Best girl dad. He and I, we have been trying to decide if we want to like expand our family or keep it as it is. We were trying for over a year to expand our family and nothing was happening. And so then we started like, I don't know if this is what's supposed to happen then. And we decided to be done. We're like, okay, God, if this isn't right, then you better tell us because I think we're done. And I think that he makes the perfect girl dad.
Mhm.
And I think that like our cute little family is complete and that he is just perfect for them. And I think that they are going to learn how to be loved by the best father. Like when you're dating, right, you get to choose your husband or your spouse, but your children don't get to choose their dad or their mom, right?
Mhm.
And I'm very blessed that their dad is him. So,
That's awesome.
sorry, that was really random, but there you go.
It's not random at all.
Yeah,
It's a lot of love right there.
love him. My favorite human.
Yeah.
Mad that he's not here. I'm gonna go home and bully him.
You should.
I am. You'll
You
see
know
how
what?
patient he
And
is.
I'll do the same for you.
You should. He's gonna come on here. Bully him.
I had a rough week.
Right.
Not necessarily a rough
Yeah.
week, a long week.
Long week. He did have a long week. Doing sprinklers right now.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Okay,
you
well.
can't do it.
I'll just get in here a different time.
Hmm.
It'll be good. Yeah.
So what do you want people to know about you in this interview?
I want them to know about me specifically that I love God and I love Christ. And I know that they love you. And I hope and pray that like anything that I do in this life represents them. Right? Like I know that this life can only be navigated with Christ by your side. Because if he's not there, life gets dark. Um, and so I want them to know that I love Christ and I love God and I know that they are there. I know that they love you
Hmm.
beyond anything, beyond your comprehension, right? And I also want them to know that I'm pretty fun. I am a little bit of a spitfire sometimes, and I try not to be. I also seem quiet at times. It depends on the day. But come talk to me. I don't know. I like
Yeah.
talking to people, so come say
You're
hi.
not scary.
I'm not. I mean, I might be sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Hey, well, you're a little spitfire.
a little spitfire sometimes, but
Yeah.
try not to be. So yeah, come talk to me.
Yeah. you're in Young Women's right now, right?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's exactly what they need is someone like you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Well, that actually means a lot to me because I love this calling. I was in the Young Women's in my old ward when we first moved here in Tremont. When I moved in here, went straight to Young Women's. And then when I got released, that was really hard for me.
Hmm.
Really hard. And then getting the call back to Young Women's, I love the Young Women. I
Hmm.
love this calling. It's probably my favorite. I don't know why that makes me emotional, but this is the best calling. I love those girls. They're so good. This generation is amazing.
Hmm.
It really is. It's amazing.
Well,
So thank you.
they are amazing girls, but they need the best too.
Okay.
One of the I mean, that's exactly how I feel right now. Like
Mhm.
when I got released from the mission brig, you're released from the
Mhm.
Young Men's,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I was like, what's my purpose now?
Right? Rip your heart out.
Yeah,
Stomp on
like
it.
I'm like I love these kids. Like
Mhm.
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to be that fun guy still.
Mhm. It's true. You still are, but
Yeah, but it's just not the same
it's
anymore.
different.
Yeah, I mean, I still have a good relationship with all the kids that I was with, but like
Yeah.
all the new deacons and stuff,
Mhm.
like I always found it rewarding to see like the 11-year-olds coming in. They're kids.
They're so little.
They're kids. They're in elementary school,
It's crazy.
and then by the time they like turn 12, and then they
Mhm.
turn 13,
Yeah.
and 14, 15, 16 and onwards, you're like, it's amazing, like their growth in 1 year.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of life changing for me. It was just
Yeah.
like, hmm,
They truly come into their own.
yeah,
It's pretty neat watching it and being a part of it. Even if it's just on Wednesdays and every other Sunday that you see them. It's really neat to watch them grow.
yeah, they're awesome kids. All of them are.
They really are. It's true.
So yeah, I'm glad you're in there.
Thank you. Me
Yeah,
too. I'm glad I am. That's my favorite calling.
it's a, it can be a tough calling because
Hmm.
people look up to you and
Hmm. It's intimidating for sure at
mhm.
times, you know, trying to be a good role model for them and also,
Hopefully you don't do anything stupid, and that's actually where I thrive is like
Uh-huh.
doing stupid things.
Like, but also they know that I'm already that way, so they can come to me about
Yeah.
anything, right? Like you were saying, community. Like
Hmm.
me as a parent might be able to say something to my kids and they might not take it. But then when the young women's leader or the young men's leader says it, they're going to listen, right? And it's going to be
Hmm.
like, it's going to mean more to them that it's coming from an outside source. So
Hmm.
I hope to be that person.
You are.
But thanks.
You just don't know it sometimes,
Thanks.
like
Yeah.
but like when I got released, like
Hmm.
when the kids still like you,
Hmm.
it's like, oh, okay, I
Thank you.
think I
You're
did
a
all
pretty
right
cool
then.
person.
Thank you,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't consider myself like a cool person or
Hmm.
anything like that. I just took a long time for me to just to be myself, I guess.
Yeah.
I think when I funny enough, like when I hit 40,
Hmm.
I I was like, why do I care anymore? Like what
Hmm.
people think of me.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that. And I only got 40 years left, maybe.
Right.
I gotta just live my life.
Hmm.
And it's kind of been freeing that way. It's kind of
Yeah.
been nice. So,
Hmm. I've started to come into that of like, you either like me or you don't, and that's not my problem, which is good and bad sometimes. But yeah, I kind of roll with it.
hmm,
So
it's just fun that way.
it is fun.
It's so
Mhm.
much more fun when you don't have to worry what anyone else thinks.
It's so true. Yeah. I'm glad that I've been in the Young Women's for as long as I have, including in like my old ward and now
Hmm.
twice here. It's
Hmm.
been the biggest blessing. Actually, when I was in, this is really random, but I want to share this. When I was in the Young Women's in Fairview First Ward, over by the fairgrounds, I I didn't know anyone, right? I'm newly married. I'm in the Young Women's, and everybody thinks that I'm a young woman. Brooke Knight has the same problem, actually, which I think is so fun. But I this was the first year that we got married, so it was 2019. November of 2019, I found out that I actually had a brain tumor.
Oh.
And I was in the Young Women's, and I didn't know anybody in the ward except the Young Women's leaders, and they were so kind to me. And the young women were so kind to me. I think that I was specifically in that calling for a reason because of that. Like I went through this thing, and listen, okay, my brain runs wild sometimes. So I find that out, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Like
This is the
I'm
end.
gonna have to have brain surgery, which is like a nightmare for me. I'm like, oh no, this is weird. Kind of find out we've named him. His name is Benny. He's just chilling in there. He's fine. It's
All
Benny, the
benign and
benign
everything.
brain tumor.
Mhm.
So I have a brain tumor that just sits in there, and his name's Benny. And it wasn't a big deal, but I freaked out over it, right? Thinking I'm dying, and I had to have a 2-week wait to talk to the doctor, like the neurologist that I was going to. And it was like the worst 2 weeks of my life. I'm like, I'm literally dying. In reality, I was just vibing. So is he. But yeah, I was in that calling specifically for that, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like not only for me to be there for them, but I really needed them in that moment, you know? So yeah,
It's funny how that works.
funny how that works. Don't know why I wanted to shut up, but there you go.
No, that's amazing.
Yep.
Um, no, that's freaking awesome. Like, you know, when like it's interesting how God will like, okay, if you were in Relief Society, you'd have like a huge pool of people that may or may
Mhm.
not get to know you, but
Yeah.
you're put in a smaller pool of people,
Mhm.
and so much so that you got the help support that you needed.
Yeah. It's true. God
Yeah.
just knows. He just knows what you need. Yeah, it's a very big blessing. But now that I'm here and in your women's and I'm still thriving in it, I'm like, hey, maybe there was more to it than that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun calling. Like you get to
Mhm.
do a lot of fun things.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
That's the other part too. I was like, no other calling is as fun in
It's so
church.
true.
Why can't we have fun in elders quorum
Right.
more often? Or
Mhm.
we don't have fun anymore. I
Wait.
want to have fun.
People just thrive in different places, right?
Mhm.
Like some people thrive in primary. Right. Well, I'm in the trenches right now with my kids. Primary is not for me at the moment. But yeah,
Not as fun.
love that. Love it. Let's go take a break from the kids, go party with some girls. We're good.
Hmm.
It's good.
I like primary when they're singing. That's about
Yeah.
it. I'm
They're
not.
so cute when they sing.
Oh yeah, that's like the best part. So I'll like sit in the back row just listening for a little bit,
Mhm.
only because Nanette's in there. I wouldn't be a
Yeah.
creeper and just be in there for fun. But
Uh-huh.
I'll just sit there and listen. I'm like, oh, that's such good music. I
Mhm.
really needed that. And then I walk out and go to class.
Mhm.
But
True.
that's about it for me.
That's it.
I'm
Good.
not- I love kids, but I like to have fun with kids. I don't like teaching kids.
Yeah.
It's just
Sit down and listen.
there's so much effort for me. Well, you know, when I got released, they put me in a like I would substitute every once in a while, and I
Mhm.
have no problem substituting.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting in this class. They're like 10 years old or something,
Mhm.
9 years old. I don't know. We're all sitting this, and everyone just gathers around this little table in the classroom. I'm like,
Mhm.
do we normally just gather around the table?
Mhm.
And the kids are like, no, this is how we're doing it today. I'm like,
Cool.
all right, well, we're on with it. It actually turned out really cool, but
Nice.
I was like, not normal.
Very different. That's funny.
Maybe it's a good new normal, but I was
Uh-huh.
like, this is different for me. But yeah,
That's funny.
I'm glad.
That's-
Well, thank you for the interview
Yeah.
today. And
Thank you for having me.
yeah, and
Okay.
I think people will reach out to you and see you in a different way.
So
Yeah. And I just still can't believe like we literally live like just a couple blocks away from each
I
other.
know.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to like go like, did we ever see each other at the church or whatever? And
Hmm.
had to have.
Yeah, for sure. It just we're all in our own little bubbles sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just gotta break out of that and stay and hide.
Anyway, well, thank you so much.
Yes,
I do
thank you.
appreciate you.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for watching this interview today. Our ward has amazing people. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel and show some love to our guests by liking and commenting on the video.